Hey, it's Randy here in the garage. What I got in the work stand today is this old, uh, I guess, cargo bike that I built up many years ago. I just altered a cheap uh, mountain bike frame. See, it's 26-inch rear wheel. I lengthened the steer tube, rearranged the down tube, fork for a 20-inch wheel, and then I had a rack out here to hold a pretty big basket. And the rack, if I remember correctly, I'd made from a BMX handlebar stem that would clamp around here with a U-bolt, and then it held some handlebars that I hacked up, and then the basket set on top of that. So the cargo part of it is part of the frame, not attached to the fork. Anyway, I'm just bored, so I drug this thing out and thought I might build it up again. And if I do, I think I want to paint it, give it a different color, and paint the fork to match. Well, here's where we're at. I just stripped it all down pretty much to bare metal, and I'm half tempted just to leave it that way and let it rust. I don't know. I'll take a look and see what colors of spray paint I have. If I have anything I like, I might paint it, but I'm really tempted just to leave it as is. So got it painted, got the fork put back on, but I kind of got the cart ahead of the horse. I forgot I need to come up with some sort of a bracket to hold a rack or basket or something, and that may require welding to the head tube. I really don't know what I'm going to do there, but no big deal. I can always we'll figure that out later. So now I don't know, maybe on to wheels and tires. And I'm not sure this bike takes a one-piece crank. I don't know if I want to put the time and effort into putting in a three-piece or not. I don't know, we'll see. This is the only 20-inch wheel I have. It's would be 48 spoke. As for a rear wheel, I really didn't have any options. This is all I've got. So I guess we'll go with it. 6-speed freewheel. Now for tires, got well, I've got many choices, but these are each some oddball single tires that don't have a mate. So I thought we'd go with one of these. This is a GX Blade, I believe. Blade GX, is that right? It's 26 by 2.25. And then this Michelin Country AT all-terrain. And I believe it's 26 by 2.0. Now that's a lot of space there to fill up, and I'd kind of like to use the wider one, even though it's probably kind of overkill. But I think we'll go with this one just to fill up that rear triangle. Well, Shoot, that won't go in there with the tire inflated. Gotta let some of the air out of the tire. See if I can get this to squeeze in, so we can just at least take a look at it. Well, we just don't have enough clearance up here, really. So, I guess we'll put on the other tires. Okay, this is going to require an axle mount derailleur, so maybe we'll tackle that now. I think we'll give this one a try. What's a Shimano tourney? Debating whether to use this nut and bolt that goes into the dropout, or to slide this all the way back and anchor it to the dropout to give us more leeway there in the dropout. I think I'll go ahead and just use the nut and bolt. Well, I don't know if I was recording or not, but I did get the other side put in already. Hopefully I have a bottom bracket the right size. Well, that's too long. I think that's the only size I have. Wait a minute. I think it'll work out if we go with this crankset. Well, I have run out of time this evening, so we'll just see you whenever I get back on it. All right, it's the next day, back at it. I'm going to do handlebars. And I've already narrowed it down to a couple, two handlebar and stem combinations. So let's check those out. I think we'll go with these. I'd like this stem to sit down in there a little farther. but it's not able to, I think, because of where I extended the steer tube. It's probably hitting a weld in there. So I think we'll cut this down just a little bit so I can drop these in further. Okay, we just need one caliper brake for the rear because the fork already had a brake. I'm having to swap those brake pads out. They were just too fat and rubbing on the tire. And I'm going to need a shifter. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. We'll see if this. We'll give this friction shift indexed friction shifter a try. I'm going to get the shifter and brake lever all cabled up, and then I'll check in after that. And it's the next day. I ran out of time last night. I spent way too much time trying to get that original derailleur I picked up to work. I just, no matter what shifter, friction shifter, I just could not get it to shift to the largest cog. I don't know what the deal was. I finally gave up, put on this Shimano RS derailleur, whatever that is. So this is what we ended up using. While I had everything tore apart, I also mounted the derailleur to the actual dropout. I drilled a hole in there and run a self-tapping screw. That allowed us more room, more adjustment here in the dropout if we need it. And then, this is an index shifter. I don't know if it's indexed properly. I'll probably just switch it to friction. As for pedals, it just so happens that about a week ago I spotted these for really cheap and bought them just for that reason, because they were so cheap. But I think they'll work out just fine for this. Okay, I'm going to get this seat post cleaned up. I think I might even put on a different seat post clamp, and then we'll address the saddle. I've narrowed it down to 2 saddles. Got this leather Velo orange saddle. Then this Cell Royale Lada, which is my favorite saddle. I like the black, but then I kind of like the old school look of the sprung leather. I think we'll go with the other one. Almost forgot about grips. I really don't have the best grip choices. I really don't want to do black on black. Those don't really match at all. Well, that would match, but I don't know if that's getting a little too carried away with color. I'm wondering if we couldn't paint these and add just a subtle bit of color up here. Well, my thought here was to just get the green on the ends, and then in those cutouts or lines in there, and leave the rest black. I don't know, I may just leave them like that. That's probably going to wear off eventually anyway. If I hadn't already said it, I did get the brakes cabled up. Well, there we have it. I think that's everything other than some sort of rack or basket up here. And I think I'll save that for another video. I need to come up with some ideas for that. Also, the ride will be in another video. And I guess we'll just end this video here. So as always, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.